Hey guys, Chase, and out again today, going for a quick overnighter, going solo, and gonna try to make use of the last good weather we have before winter sets in. I have a feeling it's gonna turn full-blown cold and snowy here soon. We got a blanket of snow a few weeks back, and it's kind of dissipated now, but we'll see once I get up a little higher. I brought my bike so I can try to go for a ride. My foot's been giving me issues, and so that's kind of the activity of choice for the moment. So I'm gonna go spend the night, get a ride in either tonight or in the morning. And I also wanted to share with you guys about my rig. I've gotten a lot of questions just about the vehicle itself and how I like it, some of the things that I like, don't like, and why I chose it versus other options. I mentioned in one of my other videos that I used to have a Jeep for a little while, and then I had a Tacoma, and along with another truck, and I loved them. They worked well for me when I had them, but given my stage right now, this vehicle just kind of fit my needs a little bit better, and I don't think there's a vehicle that can do everything perfectly, and certainly not for everybody, but I figured I'd offer some of my thoughts that might help guide you and help you make a decision on whether or not this would be a good rig for you, and just share some things I like, some things I don't. So here we go. So first off, I just want to say that I do not claim to be any sort of automotive expert or have any expertise that should give me grounds to tell you guys what to do or what to think, but I've spent a lot of time in the mountains in the last few years, driven thousands of miles, and yeah, just spent many days. So I've learned a little bit through that, and so I'm hoping that just kind of sharing my experience will give you a little insight, and then you can make a more educated decision yourself. All right, first thing that I absolutely love about this car is the all-wheel drive system. So I know it's no secret that Subaru has a phenomenal all-wheel drive system, and it just works extremely well. I've put thousands of miles in on snow and ice and on gravel roads and things like that, and it just does extremely well on roads that I'm not used to having such good traction, and sometimes it can actually, I think, give me a little bit too much confidence, and then the braking doesn't quite keep up. But yeah, snow, ice, anything really that's not built up off-road, this thing just crushes. So if you're not planning on going through deep mud holes or going on any sort of like deep unplowed road, then the all-wheel drive system crushes it, and it really works better than any four-wheel drive system even that I've used in the past when it comes to just slippery, sketchy road driving. Reason number two is the safety of the vehicle. So I know Subaru has really good crash safety ratings, and that's awesome, but I've gotten to kind of see firsthand. So I work full-time as a firefighter by trade, and so just in the job, we get to see a lot of vehicle accidents and how the vehicles react to those accidents, and throughout the years I've had a number of situations where I've seen vehicles in wrecks, and I'm just impressed with how well they protect the occupants. And so even when I did have a truck or just bigger vehicles in general, I always kind of said if I do buy a smaller car, it's probably going to be a Subaru, just because they just do such a great job of protecting and giving their occupants the best chance they can. So that's reason number two. Reason number three for me is the ground clearance. So I know it's a car, I know it's not going to have a huge amount, but it has, I believe, around 9 inches stock on stock tires, wheels, and suspension, and that's pretty good. It's actually more than a Jeep Grand Cherokee stock, and so it's pretty good. And I think that's partially because of its belly style. It doesn't have a big differential hanging down, so it's just a fairly flat underside, and so that's nice when you're driving down forest roads and going over sticks and rocks and things like that. It helps protect that underside, and if you throw a little lift, some bigger tires and whatnot on it, you could get even more. So ground clearance is nice, and on top of that, the suspension is also really soft and enjoyable, I guess. It's because it's a car and it's not built to haul heavy loads, it has a little bit less rigid suspension, so going down roads with washboards or just potholes, things like that, it's a little bit smoother than my trucks have been in the past, so that's also pretty nice. Check out this moonrise. Holy cow. I got a little distracted by the moonrise, and Now it's dark, out of light, so no bike ride tonight unless I want to throw a light on, which maybe I will. I don't know. Found a sweet campsite up here. It's kind of perched up high, so it might be a little bit windy, but I think the sunrise is going to be epic, and tomorrow will be great too. But anyways, the fourth reason why I love this rig is the built-in roof rails and the hitch option. So the roof rails that they come with, at least this model year, I think they still make them the same way. They basically just fold into the side. So there's a rail that's running long ways on the car on both sides, and there's nested in it a roof rack that basically just swings over, latches into the opposite side, and you've got a nice set of rails that you can mount things onto, and then when you're not using it, you can swing them back over. And there's a lot of options. I've heard that the rating for the rack is only, or the rails is only around 150 pounds, so it's not that high, but it works great for putting like cargo baskets and boxes, like sky boxes. And my setup kind of has one of each up there, as well as an awning. And so it's nice to have built in. Didn't have to buy that after I got the car, and it's nice and just kind of streamlined design that can be folded up when you're not using it. And then hitch wise, I think you can order the car with the hitch. Mine didn't come with one. I bought it used, and so I ended up putting a hitch on it. It only costed me, I think it was less than 150 bucks to get a hitch, throw it on there. So now I've got the ability to haul a bike rack or a little cargo rack, and I suppose I could even tow a trailer with it if I really needed to, but I guess it's not the best vehicle for that. But I have seen it done, so nice roof rails and tow hitch. Okay, I'm a little bit hungry, so I'm gonna set up camp real quick and start cooking some dinner, and then I will get on to the last couple of things that I dig about this rig. Well, that rhymed. So shortly after I went camping, actually, when I made that last video about winter car camping, I ended up getting COVID, and so I was stuck at home for a while, and I don't think I've ever spent that much time at home, actually. So got a lot done, but I'm just happy to be back out, feeling good again, not having to sleep 12 hours a day, and also back to work. So yes, let's get dinner going. Dinner tonight is chicken stir fry with some yakisoba noodles. So got the noodles right here. Got some sauce in there already. Got some frozen veggies, just kind of a mix of some peppers and broccoli and some other good stuff. And then I've got some chicken. Need to slice it up, get it cooking, and then a little soy sauce and a little sriracha, give some flavor. I also got my normal seasonings that I keep right here. So I'll probably throw a little garlic, a little S&P. Yes, here we go. Nice, healthy, jet boiled dinner. Alrighty, noodles are looking good. Gonna throw those over on the chicken. Veggies are looking good. I'm going to start adding back the noodles and chicken. I made way too much, but it's nice and cold outside, so this will keep till tomorrow. Maybe I'll eat it for lunch. Here we go. Put a little sriracha on top. Top notch. Got some food in me. me feeling good again. It is cold, so I'm gonna get a fire going. Enjoyable little hangout at the campfire. I don't know why I enjoy camping by myself so much. Occasionally, I guess. I don't do it frequently, but it can be super fun. Just kind of hang out, read, listen to something, and if I'm ever, or when I'm out of service like I am tonight, I just take this thing along with me. You've probably seen it before. It's a Garmin InReach Mini, little satellite texting phone, and so it connects to my cell phone, and it has an SOS button on it, and so I carry this whenever I'm hiking and stuff like that by myself, just in case, and then I can just stay in touch. So I gotta charge it. I forgot to charge it, but get it charged up, and then I can text Sadie back home and let her know I'm not dead. I will catch you in the morning. Good morning. That was a chilly night, but the sun is about to rise, so I'm gonna set my drone up and fly it from bed because I don't want to get outside yet. It's really cool. Check this out. Time to make some tea or coffee. We'll see. Look at that. Wow. So another reason that I love this rig is probably pretty obvious on this channel, but is the space that it has in the back. So even with the seats in, when I first had it, I camped in it quite a bit, hauled a lot of gear and whatnot, but you can see now with how I have it set up, pulled the back seats out, built this camper set up inside. It's pretty spacious. I mean, got plenty of room for one. I have even slept two in here. It's not maybe optimal, but yeah, I've got the cabinet set up and all of that. So yeah, the interior space is awesome, and then that's without even utilizing the rack at the top. I think I'm gonna wait a few hours before I go for a bike ride. Maybe go for a drive first because it is cold. I'm gonna wait for the sun to thaw some stuff out. I'm back at the car now, headed out, and realized that riding a bike and filming is rather hard. So I ended up coming back and dropping off my drone and heading out for a nice little ride. So it was fun, but just want to mention real quick my last thing that I like about this rig, and that is the fuel mileage. So the Subaru Outback with the 2.5, which is the model I have, so the smaller 4-cylinder engine, it gets I think it's advertised to get like 26 to 32 miles per gallon stock, and I've found that it's actually pretty close to that. So with my setup, with this roof box on top and the rack, and usually a bike rack as well, and then a couple 100 pounds of gear, I've averaged about 26.5 miles per gallon, and so that's been over probably, you know, about 40,000 miles in the last couple of years. So that can vary a little bit depending on the situation, but for the most part it's been about 26.5. That's including trips like this up in the mountains on forest roads, and then even did a couple longer road trips this summer over to the Midwest and down to Colorado and whatnot, and that's about where I sit. So I think the box is what steals a little bit from me, but overall I don't think it's that bad. So really good gas mileage, and I've considered throwing some more aggressive tires on it, or maybe even lifting it down the road. I don't know, but I usually just think about the fact that I kind of got this rig for the gas mileage and the size, and at a certain point there's got to be a breakover when you start trying to turn it into a truck. You should probably just buy a truck. So I'm not sure what the future holds for it, but overall those are the main things that I like about this rig, and there are definitely some things I don't like. So I think I'm gonna make another video. I'll kind of touch on those, but either way, hope you guys learned something. Hope that helps you make your decision if you're trying to decide between vehicles. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.